Good morning, boys and girls. I hope you enjoyed that video in the very fun way that Pastor Andrew and his team talked about our story today. So just as a reminder, last week we took a look at the time when God's people, the Israelites, got sandwiched between the Red Sea and those very angry Egyptians who were coming to take them as slaves back to Egypt. I think in that moment, the Israelites must have forgotten that God himself was with them. He was in the cloud and in the fire. Instead of turning to God and asking him what his plan was, the Israelites panicked and freaked out. Boys and girls, what looks impossible to you and to me is not impossible for God. And so it's really important that we remember that God is with us too. When we come up against something tough, he wants us to ask him what his plan is and then trust that he's going to work it out for us. God parted the Red Sea for the people that day, and off they went right through the Red Sea on dry land. It had to be something like walking through the aquarium, only much, much better. I mean, who would ever have guessed that God could have or would have done something so amazing? No one had ever seen anything like that before. The Egyptians tried to go through the sea on dry land too, but do you remember what happened? The walls of the water crashed down on them. You know, God saved his people that day. Exodus 14:31 says that the people put their trust in God and in Moses after that. Well, I think that means just for that moment, because 3 days later, they had another difficult situation. And instead of remembering that God is with them, they freaked out again. Boys and girls, this week, we're going to take a look at 3 things that happened to the Israelites in the wilderness right after they left the Red Sea. We really want to learn some important lessons from them today. So let's just ask God right now to help us to learn everything he wants us to learn from these stories. Let's just jump into it now. Bye for now.